Well, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. As you know, Dr. Peter McCullough has been working very hard to educate the world on the truth about vaccines, medical health freedom, and all of that. I actually met Dr. McCullough on this fight as an activist myself. Dr. McCullough, wouldn't you say it's correct, as I call myself an accidental activist, wouldn't you say you have become an accidental activist of sorts through this whole COVID-19 craziness?
It's true. You and I, are about the same age and both working our usual jobs in healthcare. You're an environmental specialist and consultant. I'm a practicing internist and cardiologist. But we've been brought into this because we've seen our civil liberties become stripped through the course of the pandemic. And both you and I believe that we have to stand up and do something about it.
Absolutely. And it was really great meeting you for the first time and finding out, a lot of our viewers may not understand you did not start this fight standing up and fighting for our civil liberties because you are anti-vaccine. You stood up because you saw the problems with this particular vaccine and the way that it was being pushed. And you recognized, I know just from talking with you, that something very nefarious was going on here because this is not your normal typical vaccine. So can you explain to people where you're coming from as a cardiologist, as a doctor on that issue?
Up until the COVID-19 vaccine, I had taken every single vaccine on the vaccine schedule for a person in regular life, as well as a cardiologist would take. I counted up all of them. Tammy, it was 69 shots over time. 40 of them were flu shots that I took to be on staff at, hospitals and clinics. So in no way was I anti-vaccine. I didn't review them critically. But when the COVID-19 vaccines came along, they were brand new genetic technology. It appeared from the very beginning that they were over-promoted, misrepresented to the public. Do you know in the first week alone, there were thousands of pregnant women who were injected with this brand new genetic vaccine? That was in December of 2020. I knew something was wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And we so appreciate your voice and your courage for standing up and speaking truth. And this is what this is how we met. And in these circles of this very small network, actually, of people with education backgrounds in preventive health. You are a practicing physician. I'm a preventive health expert and scientist. So there are some of us who had the courage to stand up and say, something is very wrong here. And we met through this whole fight, and we have gone on to fight together, to speak together, to provide testimonies, not only in court cases, but in front of legislative bodies. And really our work, our collaborative, collective work as frontliners on the front line of this fight has helped to stop the mandates, has helped to educate the world. And, if you would mind just taking a moment to let our followers know, a lot of them follow you, but where have you been lately? I've been following you all over the world. So where has your latest testimonies and opportunity to educate taken you?
By invitation, I've testified 3 times in the U.S. Senate, co-moderated 2 long sessions chaired by Senator Ron Johnson, but also assisted by Senator Roger Marshall. I've testified in the European Parliament on request of Christine Anderson, a member of parliament from Germany. I visited members in the upper and lower house of Australia and was hosted there. I've testified by video to the lower house of Commons in the United Kingdom. I'm on a standing committee in Arizona for both the House and the Senate regarding pandemic response, testified multiple times in the Texas Senate. I've worked closely with leaders in Michigan. I have roots in Michigan. I lived there for a long time. I'm a graduate of the University of Michigan School of Public Health. My kids graduated high school in Northville, Michigan. And in many ways, Michigan has been a tense battle ground because of some of the draconian forms of restrictions that were passed down. Not laws, but these were mandates. In fact, many ways, unlawful restrictions that came down from the governor as well as other authorities. And, I've personally met Brad Paquette personally. He's a state representative from Michigan who suffered COVID vaccine myocarditis. So he firsthand has felt the sting of these vaccines. And he's one of now a growing number of state as well as national representatives, lawmakers that are telling America and our authorities to pull the vaccines off the market.
Yes, and we really appreciate your ties and your connection to Michigan. We so appreciate you coming on this video to help Michiganders, to support the work that we're doing, to support our organization. We at Stand Up Michigan, the leadership here, have gotten to become very close with our legislators. We have some very good legislators like Brad Paquette, who has become a good friend, who are fighting hard for Michigan. We have a great group of freshman legislators now in our House, and we're working to take back our House. We've actually lost 2 Democrat legislators very recently. So 2024 is going to be a very, very important year here in Michigan. So one of the reasons we wanted to bring you on was just to let people know, if you want to continue to see the work, the collaborative work with experts like Dr. Peter McCullough, myself, my colleague, Kristen Megan Kelly, who could not be here today. She is at a Bears game, go figure, but she sends her love. She told me to tell you hello and give you virtual hugs. But we want to be able to bring you good interviews. And if you want to be able to continue to support the work that is happening in Michigan, we are right now coming to the end of 2023. And we, like all grassroots organizations, need funding. And 2024 is going to be a critical year, not just in Michigan, but in this nation. And we are working with national experts like Dr. Peter McCullough. We have traveled together. We have spoken together. We're bringing you interviews like this and opportunities to see Dr. McCullough answer some questions. But going into 2024, we are going to be working with good legislators like Brad Paquette and others to take back our House in Michigan. And we are very, very critical in that fight. We are working very much behind the scenes in this state and with the U.S. House Freedom Caucus members on the national level and accomplishing much there. Our next goal that we're targeting is helping to get the U.S. out of the World Health Organization. Dr. McCullough, what are your thoughts on the World Health Organization that we are working very hard to exit?
The WHO has grown into a beast. It seeks dominion over all plants, animals, and humans in the world, binding by international law. The pandemic treaty and the international regulations are a great overreach. I've written my local representative here in Dallas, Colin Allred, and he indicates that he's a Democrat, that he and the Democratic Party and President Biden are completely behind the WHO. I've testified in the European Parliament and elsewhere. We need to pull out. The WHO is not elected. It's an NGO. It's off the rails. I agree with former President Trump, who said that if he gets back into the White House, the first thing he's going to do is pull funding from the WHO. It can't be done soon enough.
Absolutely. And that's the next goal here at Stand Up Michigan, as we worked to help Ron Armstrong, our president, and my partner here at Stand Up, helped to create the Sovereignty Coalition. Maybe you have seen some of these Align Act campaigns going out. We are very much a part of that leadership group, helping to create that, working within the U.S. House and the Senate, trying to push for, there's been so many world leaders now, new elected officials who are exiting the WHO, and that's our next goal here at Stand Up Michigan. So if you want to see our work continue and you believe that we need to get out of the WHO, like Dr. McCullough, please go to standupmichigan.com and support our work. Lastly, Dr. McCullough, I would like to hear a little bit about your organization, The Wellness Company, and how can people support their own health?
The Wellness Company, twc.health, is strongly aligned with Stand Up Michigan. This is now really a growing alternative healthcare system. It's a way to, in a sense, get out of this entrapment that we have, this collaboration between health systems and state and local authorities that basically strip people's rights. The patient bill of rights, informed consent, shared decision-making, all of that now is gone after the pandemic. Well, the Wellness Company is a wonderful alternative. It has health and wellness media materials, nutraceuticals and supplements, telemedicine, and much more. It's bringing people emergency medical kits, both general health emergency as well as COVID kits that will make sure everybody's outfitted with a multi-drug treatment protocol, McCullough protocol, to help survive another episode of COVID or the Chinese pneumonia or the next pandemic that's coming along. The Wellness Company is featuring McCullough protocol base spike detoxification, the first peer-reviewed published approach to help people start to unwind the long COVID and vaccine injury, post-acute sequelae syndromes. So the Wellness Company, as really a national and growing international resource, well aligned with your organization, in bringing people medical freedom, bringing people the truth, and refreshingly an alternative to what they have right now.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you have done. Thank you for your courage. And for those watching right now, if you notice the promo code COURAGE, it will get you some significant discounts joining as a member. So we wanted to make sure that we provided you with these resources. Again, we are providing you with resources that you're not getting a lot of other places. And so please go to Dr. McCullough's, the wellness company at twc.health. Use the promo code COURAGE, support him in his work, support us at Stand Up Michigan so we can continue to collaborate for your freedoms, for your health and medical freedoms and choices. Thank you so much, Dr. McCullough, for joining us. If I don't talk to you before, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And the same to you. Let's stand up, Michigan.
Amen. Thank you.